In 2008, most people did not understand why the markets were suddenly tanking. They had no comprehension that over the prior few years, something was brewing in the market that was so big, but unbeknownst to them, it was going to change their lives and the lives of everybody around them. And that was mortgage-backed securities. Most people had no idea what they were and why they were such a big deal, but all of a sudden their lives were changed forever. Well, today in 2023, we have something even bigger than that, and that is the CMBS market. It stands for Commercial Mortgage-Backed Securities. And you're gonna find out going into the end of 2023 and in 2024, how these securities are going to absolutely shape the way you live your life and how much money you have in your possession. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. For the past 2 years, I've been warning people about this industry and how big and how bad it's going to be when it all comes crashing down. I think it's something that is brewing very quietly in Wall Street. You're not going to hear about this for some time, but I think in the next year and a half, maybe 2 years, you're going to see an implosion of the market, and this is going to be all over the newspaper headlines. So what we're going to be talking today is CMBS. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Thank you so much. You're wondering, what are we talking about zombies for? Well, it's going to be real estate zombies. And we're going to talk about zombie corporations. And I think it's a big deal because people just aren't paying attention about this. I brought up a video about, I want to say 4 weeks ago, on the CMBS market. CMBS, it's right there. It stands for Commercial Mortgage-Backed Securities. Now, so commercial real estate's a totally different animal. And I think that we're gonna see a commercial real estate collapse like we have never seen in history since the Great Depression. Awesome, we are gonna be talking about real estate and commercial mortgage-backed securities. Now, if you haven't been with the channel long, I actually brought up CMBS's back in June, I believe, and August. And I said that by January, everybody's gonna become a CMBS or commercial mortgage-backed securities expert. And that is because they are imploding. And I like to bring you guys things that nobody's talking about. Even Google has decided that if you type in Evergrande CMBS, I'm #1 up there because I guess I'm one of the only people talking about this. Because I've talked about the coming real estate collapse, especially in the commercial sector. And this is just another great example of why I will be right. And in the commercial industry, real estate sector is already getting hit hard, and it is going to get decimated. Let me give you first off just an idea of what a CMBS is. Commercial mortgage-backed securities are a type of mortgage-backed security backed by commercial multifamily mortgages. Rather than residential real estate, CMBS tend to be more complex and volatile than residential mortgage-backed securities due to the unique nature of the underlying property assets. So these are both multifamily properties, think big apartment complexes, and also think of your local home do-it center or your local grocery store or even the strip mall down the street. Point being is that multifamily market and commercial real estate right now are taking a massive, massive blow due to the rising interest rate environment that we've found ourselves in since the Federal Reserve decided to start tightening down on inflation. The point is that every so many years, investors that have debt tied to these assets need to refinance them, and they are finding themselves absolutely unable to refinance them at these much, much higher rates. Also on top of that, because of the global pandemic, people stopped paying rent. Literally, businesses completely went empty. They all separated, they are teleworking from home. The point is those buildings are literally sitting completely unused, and so many companies are deciding to shed the one cost that they don't need right now, and that is their empty office building. So what's another downside to the CMBS market? It has less autonomy in the operation of the property and limited flexibility to deviate from the terms of the loan documents. There's a lot of difficulty in releasing collateral, and it's expensive to exit. We've seen large conglomerates like Blackstone completely walk away from certain properties and give them back to the bank that loaned it, at sometimes as much as 50% haircuts to the original agreement. I believe that you are going to see this pick up in 2023, you are going to see more and more pension funds try and pull out of commercial REITs, commercial real estate investment trusts. As of right now, one of the largest real estate investment trusts has been sealed off from allowing pension funds to pull its money out. This is getting bigger and bigger, and I think that you need to start to wake up to see, even though you don't own commercial real estate, how it's going to affect your wealth going forward, because what most people don't realize is the assets that nobody wants to touch in Silicon Valley Bank and First Republic Bank are commercial real estate investment trusts. Those REITs or those CMBS, whichever way you want to put it, are completely toxic assets. And even though you don't own them, you are going to be affected by them because these banks are going to continue to collapse. And it's important to start to watch people that were warning ahead of time rather than just following the news, actually warning people that knew about this ahead of time.
Economic Ninja is in the house. Oh my God. And you know what? Speaking of Ninja, that's a whole other thing. Commercial real estate. And I'm saying speaking of Ninja because Ninja was out in front of this years ago. Years ago, the Ninja brought this up. Yeah, I'm going to throw him up on there. No, that's Mish. What happened? There's Ninja. Hey, Ninja. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the Economic Ninja or the Real Estate Ninja, you should be. Years ago, Ninja said, one of the first videos Ninja did on my channel when he came on, he warned about CMBS. And he said, most people watching your channel, Jack, don't even know what CMBS stands for. He says, within a few years, they will know. And that's the real crisis.
Very few people on the news or on YouTube or different social media platforms were invested in the real estate market prior to the Great Recession. And the sad thing is the Great Recession right now, what we're going through right now is what we were going through in 2007. And we're about to hit that famous 2008 mark where mass layoffs are happening and where people are seeing all over the news stock markets plunging into the red around the globe and seeing all of a sudden the values of their homes dropping really, really fast. I hope you start to take more of an active role in being aware of what's going on in these markets and how serious these days are. These are not the days to rack up debt. These are the days to get out of debt, to get into inflation hedges like gold and silver, possibly a stable current cryptos like Bitcoin, but even those are very, very susceptible to the derivatives implosion that happens when the stock market starts to sell off. I think the biggest thing people can do right now is to become aware, pay off debt, and sit and start to build up a cash position to be able to take advantage of this downturn. Because whether you like it or not, there's no stopping this downturn. I hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.